pretty much was on turbo, right? 1 minute we were doing Happy New Year, the next minute Valentine's, and then boom, Easter came, and then after Easter, boom, wow, look at that, Independence Day, and now boom, Christmas, and you know how that goes. So I feel that maybe the reason why it felt like it was going that quickly was because we were dealing with a lot as Nigerians, right? A lot. So maybe each day wasn't overly stretched. But for some, it was still stretched. For some, it was still a very difficult time. But anyway, we're here. We're grateful that we're here. And I think there's a lot that you have to do if you're still listening to me. If you're still able to, be on your 10 toes or whatever, even if you're in a wheelchair, there's still enough work for you to do. That's what I believe. Now, our final thing to do this morning is to talk about food. Food. I never escape it, right? I don't stop talking about food. I don't stop talking about bole. Let me make a confession. Last month, I went on the scale and I've added weight. And so when I was meant to go and pick up my usual bunch of plantain, I said, you know what, Jude, you gotta just hold up on it. Hold up. I know you love plantains, but you know what? Let's do this. Let us stay away from plantain for the Christmas period. So in the past 2 weeks now, I haven't had plantain like the way I like to have plantain. Porridge, pottage. I haven't had it. Bole, I haven't bought. I'm trying to stay true to myself so that at the end of this year, which is tomorrow, I can't wait. When I taste it, there are lots of things that we do as Nigerians as well. And then I was particularly worried, because a lot of the times we really cook our food. Africans, we rarely eat meat rare. It has to be very well done. Cook and well, put on the spice, boil them. When it goes from red to dark brown, that's when we're ready. Sometimes a little bit of a charring is what we like. Yeah, great. But this morning, I like to talk about the cooking quality because there's a story recently of a group of people, family gathering, and there's some of them went to the hospital because they all ate a particular meal. Now, it's not the first time. When I was in school in Edo State, a family lost all but 2 of their members. All. I'm talking about a family of about 7. And how did this happen? Well, by the time they went to their house, when all of them reported to the teaching hospital, when they went to the house to find out where's the pot, they found a very poisonous centipede was at the bottom of the pot. A centipede. So the woman prepared the akamu. And then there was the other case of people who bought, items. This was in another country anyway. They made a meal, and then after a while, they felt their tummy rumbling and something. And then when investigations were made, were carried out, it was discovered, that the ingredients that they used, because they were all canned substances, canned food items, had expired. But I live in a country that seems to encourage, people seem not to take too much of a cognizance to those type of things. We live in a country where when tomato don't spoil, don't worry about that, give us, it don't spoil. We'll cook and well. Even though it's been advised that if your tomatoes is, already spoiling and you see those white or black, molds on it, don't use it. We'll pound it. We'll grind up, put plenty pepper, and we continue. Life goes on because we do a lot of extreme heating with our food. But I found out recently that heating it's not the end to it all. It really isn't. And so it's got us to this junction where I have to ask this question. As a Nigerian, as an Igbo man, as a Hausa man, as a Tiv man, as an Ikore or Izon, as a Kalabari son or daughter, as an Okrika man or Okrika woman, as an Efik or a Bibio, Atam, wherever you are from, are you concerned with the quality of ingredients that you use to cook? Or are you just happy that the onions, you don't spoil? Back them. Madam, for this one, we buy the peppers. We can see this one's rotten. How much? 500. Give me. Grind them well. Grind them. Put ginger. You go. Don't worry, no problem. And then when I see some Nigerians, and I have to be honest, a very few Nigerians I've seen who go to the markets and like, oh no, they want very strong tomatoes. No, the fresh pepper. How fresh? They turn it around. Oh no, I don't want this one. Only very few. And sometimes I feel maybe those people are too nitpicky. Even myself, I follow. But after seeing this story of people who, went to the hospital on the case of food poisoning, it wasn't their ancestors. It was the ingredients that they used to cook that was the problem. So how concerned are you with the quality of the ingredients that you are using to cook? Palm oil, granite oil, canola oil, although I hear you shouldn't use canola oil. What other oil you used to cook? Are you bothered? You don't fry. You don't use this same oil. You don't fry like 7 chicken 7 times. You squeeze it out, you drain it out, continue to use it.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Banhart, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. I don't know why I'm so excited today. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Once again, 0809-030-6416. All right, and then to call us, join the conversation, use the numbers 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. All right. Once again, WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right. Please don't call the last number I just read out. It's strictly for the reception of messages. Well, Mr. Emmanuel in Port says, Chu, good morning. It's not only you. Most of us really just don't care. We're used to having whatever we can get based on the fact that our naira is not as strong as it used to be. I go to the market when I want to buy tomatoes. I look for the very soft ones. And just like you, I make sure I grind it. Wait. I didn't say I used to do this thing, no. Don't be saying just like me, please. I agree. Sometimes, yes, yeah, but I like very fresh, firm tomatoes. Please, you say you like me. Anyway, so like you, I make sure I grind it very well, and I put a lot of pepper. And so far, nothing has happened. We only like this because we know how to manage situations. Mr. Emmanuel in Port Harcourt. All right, we know how to manage situations, but once again, it might not be the very best way to go about things. It really isn't. In fact, I have this article here. I need to share, some things with you concerning, the ingredients you use to cook. All right, the quality of the ingredients that you use to cook. Good morning, Jude. This is one of the problems that we have. Not a lot of health checks are carried out. We are those groups that are meant to go around restaurants, fast food places, and even the bookers that are meant to find out what exactly these women, why are you assuming it's women, by the way? these women are using to cook our food. We should be very careful. We've had so many stories. This is not even about juju. This is just about the ingredients. What kind of rice? What kind of beans? What kind of tomatoes? Even the tomato paste that we like to use. Also, all the stews that we like to make. Do we know if they're original? I saw on TV last week, Jude, that there was a place in Aba where fake and substandard products were made. And I saw tin tomatoes there as well. We are in problem in this country. Ooh. Okay. I know I saw drinks, right? I saw that expose. It was in the news. It was on television. I saw it as well, right? Yeah, where the parts in about where what's the name of that market area? Anyway, where they had, it's not even the first time. They have like a kind of a series of raids this year and the previous year, exposing counterfeit beverages, substandard goods. I think last year, a lot of people were like, is your soy sauce, is it original? Is your this, that, is your, all those type of, scenarios. But I can't remember seeing tomato puree. That's what we call sachet tomatoes or tin tomatoes. I cannot remember seeing that. I agree, it's a possibility. So you know what? If you know you saw that reportage on television, about that area where they had substandard, or they were making fake beverages. Please, if you saw, I can't remember seeing, but if you saw tin tomatoes, that's tomato puree, tomato paste, right? Please, could you send me a message? All right, I need a bit of verification or corroboration with this particular story, because I know I didn't see it, but I also know it's very possible I did not see it. So that means I'm saying it very clearly. You did not see it, but in case you did see it, it would be good to have you, share that with us. 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. How bothered are you? How concerned are you about the quality of the ingredients you use to make your stews, soup, cakes, your pastries? Or we just, hey, as long as it's there, let's eat, right? My 2.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
I'm Samuel.
Good morning, Samuel.
From Unyaka Kingdom in Andon Government, which is River State.
Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning. My concern is most of these our restaurants and people that is cooking food for us, they are not even after our life. They are after what is in our pocket. Because most of them, when they do the tomatoes or do the stew or cook soup, like olden days, if they cook soup, they say the soup like today. Tomorrow they will not want it. They will just only cook another one. But today, enter some restaurant, you will see that the food
is not fresh.
It's like 2-3 days.
But that's the thing. It's expensive. work. Oh, for those of you who are not at work, well, I am jealous, but hey, maybe very soon I'll join you guys. But whatever happens to the meal afterwards seems not to be the problem for most of us. Yes, because when we are done, all we do is sit down, relax, maybe watch some TV, and then maybe use the loo later on. However, for some people, they've had food poisoning. Not a lot of people, some people. Sometimes some people may eat something that doesn't quite agree with them, and they are just fortunate to have maybe diarrhea or dysentery, and maybe after a day or two they can stool it out. Others, not so much. But one thing that is common, whether you are severely or not severely affected or affected by, rather, the quality of food, is the fact that if you have high quality ingredients, if your ingredients are fresh, if your food items are within their shelf life, that's when we had that conversation. I believe Denise also had that conversation about, what expiry date means, what best before, and expected day, of consumption is, right? Good. But as a Nigerian who goes to the market to buy fish, even recently, I don't know how many of you have had this recently, I noticed the kpala that we buy. Sometimes when I buy the kpala, when I buy those, whether it's the big or smaller ones, right? When I buy the kpala, right, and I open the fish, when I break the head off, and you are cleaning out the fish, removing the guts and everything. How many of you have noticed that sometimes you see worms inside? Yes, I have. I have seen worms. Initially I'm like, oh, this was probably a fly maggots. No, I'm not talking about maggots. I'm talking about worms. They look like ringworms. Very tiny, round things in the kpala. Right? So I get salt and I, wash them out, put the fish in the water for a while, maybe like a minute or so, then bring it out. Now, I know not everybody does that. Some people may sit there and say, oh, no, normal thing, they enter inside fish. I didn't know what it was, so I wasn't taking any risk. Okay? And for that reason and that reason alone, right, I spend more time, in the preparation of my meals than I used to just last year. This year alone, on average, I tend to spend at least 20-30 minutes, cleaning out the ingredients and whatnot before I cook. That's me. But some people, maybe they don't. Because like I said, people just want to buy onions expensive. Okay, buy those 3 ones. And this one, let's say on the spot. Don't worry, we'll grind them. You use. We've had doctors several times, warn, highlighting the importance of you getting the very best products, very best ingredients for whatever recipe you were trying to get involved with. So much so that even the manufacturers, right, will tell you, oh, our product is made from the finest quality barley, finest quality tomatoes, finest quality this. Sometimes they even tell you, oh, we handpick our... In Nigeria, we don't even know if they actually handpick those products. But what we do know is that they sell the notion to us that it is the best ingredients that are used in the making of that particular product. Now, if that is the case, I expect you as an average Nigerian to be very interested in what you use to make your meals. Whether it's the salt, whether it's the seasoning cube, whether it's the pepper, whether it is this main meal itself, whether it's the rice. You should be interested. Or the Tino de Kill African man type scenario, right?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0007. 923, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Mr. Zion.
Good morning.
On this discourse, Jude, that is why to a large extent I put the blame on NAFDAC. What are the core responsibilities of NAFDAC? To regulate food and drugs that Nigerians should consume. But I stand to be corrected. All what we see NAFDAC do is after drugs and chasing shadows. If they don't like you, they will come after you.
Really?
If they like you, no problem. I want to ask you, mention one table water. One that the NAFDAC have guaranteed you drink from these people.
Well,
we have certified and verified them.
All right, but that's why they have the NAFDAC logos and the SON stamps on them.
Are you not aware that those numbers have been fabricated? Are you not aware that most of those numbers are fake? Are you not aware some of those numbers are given from the back door? If of a truth they have given those organizations those numbers, how come we are having problems with products with NAFDAC number? How come? You just made mention of the fish we use in preparing our meal. Go to Ghana here. Are you aware that the Ghana drug officials of food, whatever we call them NAFDAC here, the Ghana part of it, if you are selling mama food and your pot is black, you are in trouble.
Really?
They go from street to street.
I have not heard
How
of
many
this.
NAFDAC officials have you seen on your street coming to the kind of food or the markets, even the market environment? Even the health workers we are talking, we see them in my trade market towards the where they sell meat.
The abattoirs.
Is clean. The way are selling, no, not even the abattoirs. Those who are selling the meat on top table.
Okay.
How many have you seen to go supervise and observe what they are doing there? No, corruption. Our mind go to political leaders. No. Until we from this part, the owners of the country, start being sincere and honest to ourselves. That is only where we can get it right. As I'm talking to you now, I cannot even guarantee the soap of the drugs I'm taking. I can't guarantee. Of recent, they came up, guys so cold, so bad. If you don't buy a certain drugs from a certain hospital or wherever, a pharmacist, I want to ask, is that code still working? When last did you dial that code with your code, with the code of the drug you just bought? How many of those drugs today still have a code being verified by the NAFDAC? I will not stop here.
Okay, all right. So it does make some point. Well, whilst yes, this conversation still encompasses, the role of NAFDAC and those produced items, but I like I said earlier, I'm looking at the ingredients, and yes, some of the ingredients that we use are processed. From your tomato puree, that's processed. The vegetable oil, most of the vegetable oil is processed. There are only very few people I know who get their vegetable oils from the villages, the local vegetable oil. So he does have a point. But look at the meat, the fruits, the vegetables that we cut up, and it's a very big part of our diet, because we make a lot of stews that's used with tomatoes, we use a lot of onions. Onions has been doing shakara for everybody for the past 3 weeks now. Carrots, not a lot of people, but yeah. But basically, does it bother you about the quality of the ingredients in your meal? You are the one making it. Let's say you're making local stew. Are you bothered about, the fish? Are you bothered about, the periwinkle? Has it stayed? All those type of things. John in Port Harcourt says, good morning. Sometimes when you have this conversation, I keep asking if you are actually a Nigerian. You act as though that you don't know exactly what is going on in this country. Look, most people don't care about the quality, the health quality of whatever it is. We are so used, for example, to people cutting meat on tables that people don't wash for hours, for days. We just come, give us meat, we cut, and we go home. Do we mind that the tomatoes and the onions you're talking about, they're usually washed with water from either the gutter or sometimes not even washed at all? No, we don't. Is it the chicken that we are worried about? Well, in this country, Jude, yes, when people were digging, this happened, right? When people were digging up the contraband chicken that was meant to be destroyed in this Nigeria, nothing kills us except the thing was meant to kill us. We will use our heat and go. We don't care. Let me remove my glasses for a second. I remember, John, thank you very much. John, I can't remember what year it was. But yes, John is right. There was a year, where was it? Was it in the north or in the middle belt? I can't remember where. But I think it was customs, right? Was it not customs that said, "Oh, we have confiscated some frozen food." Then it was frozen chicken. All right, we cannot verify that these things are healthy, so we are going to bury them. I think it was even on television, right? And then later on, videos started popping up of citizens going to that spot with shovels. They were digging up. What was this? Was it in the middle of 2000s, like 2010? I'll check. 92.3. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, please.
It is not in the middle belt or Nordo. It is here in Eleme.
Oh, it was Eleme? That is
your final do your research. Joseph is calling from Eleme.
So it happened. That's the chicken thing, right?
Yes, about the chicken stuff.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I will have to check. Verify. Let me just quickly do that. Let me just quickly create a search. Let's quickly do this. Residents. Okay, let me do this very quickly so that I have the right information. But yeah, John says, well, most Nigerians don't care. Oh, it's in Port Harcourt. Oh, okay. All right. Back in 2015, was it 2015, 2018? Okay, so yeah, hungry Nigerian citizens exhume, that's basically dug up, buried contraband frozen chicken that was seized and buried by the Nigerian customs. Say some folks in Port Harcourt. Ay. Oh, okay. 017-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. In fact, this story here, this one, it was on the Vanguard newspaper. This was 5th of November 2015, right? And it says, near Trailer Park in Ebubu in Eleme local area of River State, when thousands of youths and children descended in a pit where several tons of chicken condemned by men of the Nigerian Customs Service were buried. They dug them out and took them home for consumption. Scavengers came with shovels, pans, basins, buckets to cart home their loot. The customs had dug a huge pit, buried thousands of cartons of frozen poultry seized at the on-air ports. Witnesses say some of the cartons were brought in 6 containers and emptied in the pit by the customs services. But news soon spread on the development, and on the Saturday, after it was dug up, after they were buried, scavengers came calling. With no security at the site, they dug and opened the pit. A visit to many homes around the area revealed barbecuing. Hey, Jesus. Barbecuing going on as people roasted and fried the chicken. In one home, a full-length refrigerator was seen stocked to the brim with roasted chicken while they invited guests to sumptuous meal. But the development sent alarm across Elema and neighboring communities about the danger of eating condemned chicken. Oh, it happened here in our backyard. I didn't start working back then, right? 2015. I started working here 2017. So they didn't care. They just wanted. So which goes back to the question. Oh, I said I was going to read this for you very quickly before I wrap up. Right, talking about food safety. All right, very quickly. You know how I stated that a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Africans say, oh, we cook our food very well. We use a lot of heat. We don't do, medium rare. No, it must be well done for Nigerians in particular. Very well done. Now, let me read for you. Cooking does not sterilize food. Let me read it again. Cooking does not sterilize food, but it reduces the bacteria currently alive in the food. Now, it doesn't kill all of them, and it doesn't remove the toxins. So it is not a reset, and you cannot make unsafe food safe by cooking it. But the expiry date is calculated with such a margin that the bacteria which are left in the cooking cannot get to dangerous levels too fast. So you still have the regular 3 to 5 days. That was a risk that people took back then. Jude, it happened here in Port Harcourt. That's from Australia. This one says, Jude is hunger. Nigerians have always been like this. Whatever seems to be the easy way, they just believe a little prayer and a little pepper and salt, and they have no problem. The government at all levels should do well to sensitize the people in what they eat. Now, it is wrong to say that most Nigerians don't care. Most do. No Nigerian man will eat something that is totally messed. They only ignore certain things. There is need to improve on our level of hygiene. There is need for a massive campaign to encourage people selling the market to cover their goods and preserve them properly. Mr. Moke. All right, Mr. Moke. Yeah. Now, Jude, what about boiling water? Does it not kill all germs? Let me read it again. This is why people are asking me this question. Cooking does not sterilize food. I did not write it, and I'm not an authority on this. But the journal in front of me says cooking does not sterilize food. That means if your food is already tainted, if it's already contaminated, yes, cooking may reduce, it may denature some of the cells or the bacteria, but if it is too bad, it will affect you. It's good to cook your meals properly. That, for example, pork. It's traditional. People tell you, look, you have to cook. Let it cook well. Cook very well. Cook it longer than you cook beef because of the likelihood of having tapeworms and things like that. I agree. But it's still telling you that, look, cooking alone doesn't help. So it's better to get ingredients in your meal that are standard, that are high quality. The better the quality, the fresher the items, the less likely for you to have complications. That's basically what this is. I know you have eaten plenty rice and chicken the past 4 days now. Jude, it is not only NAFDAC that should inspect food, but also those in white and khaki trousers and skirts in government offices. Go to the ministries. You see some of these medics, don't remember their names now, pushing files. They're going to be food health inspectors now. Instead of coming to the open markets, ensuring the quality of oils, meats, and edibles. Yes, those worms in the fish need to be removed and thoroughly washed before cooking. But what of those eateries who cook this fish whole and serve customers? Goodness is asking. Well, goodness, your guess is as good as mine. On that note, I would like to wrap up this morning. Thank you as always. The final Monday of 2024. I hope you all have had a good time with us on Hello Port Harcourt. Tomorrow is going to be last day, and I told you last week, tomorrow we'll be looking at what you expect from 2025. So tomorrow being being Tuesday and Wednesday, 1st of January, is basically what we'll be doing, on the show. All right? Miracles still happen, and I'm hoping for one more before the year ends. Cheers. My name is Jude. Have yourself a wonderful day. The news comes up very shortly, and after that, the sunny side of conversations.